The West Member of Parliament, Superintendent Retired Peter Lanchino Tubu, noted that the communal conflict between the people of Lassia Tuolu and Kendew that erupted into a violent attack with recorded fatalities on Saturday is unfortunate, to say the least. Superintendent Retired Peter Lanchino Tubu calls for truce between the feuding communities.
No conflict can be resolved through the use of lethal or non-lethal force. Excessive anger has no place in conflict resolution. Let's allow cool heads to reign. My deepest condolences to the families of the deceased persons. I wish the injured and the wounded a speedy recovery. May this never be repeated anywhere in the West District. We love the peaceful coexistence we've enjoyed over the years. Brothers and sisters, if there is any battle to fight, we should unite to fight against poverty. Let's fight against deprivation. Let's fight against ignorance. And let's fight against underdevelopment. 3
persons are dead and 1 critically injured and receiving treatment at the hospital. He commended the police, military, and other security agencies in the region for a timely response.
What the police are doing is contributing to ensuring the safety of citizens and ensuring the stability of the place. As a member of parliament, my role in representing the people is to let the world know that this is a conflict and we are behind the scene working very hard. I think the whole of yesterday we've coordinated. We've collaborated with the Regional Security Council, the District Security Council, and we've gotten men and women in uniform representing the Ghana security sector to ensure that there is peace between the people of Lassia Tuolu and Kendew. And I can assure you, all of us will contribute our quota to bringing back the peace that we've enjoyed over the years between these 2 communities.
He says they are collaborating with the security agencies to ensure lasting solution to the conflict.
There are still apprehensions, there are still suspicions, but so far, calm has returned, an easy calm for that matter. And we know in conflict areas, we say every calm that you see is still the unpredictable calm. You can't predict it from coming, and you can't predict when it goes away. But it is our hope that what I've seen this afternoon be maintained by the men and women in uniform, so that by tomorrow we'll continue to grow from strength to strength. And Kendew and Lassia Tuolu will return to the peaceful state that we found them many years ago.
He reiterated that the conflict is between 2 communities and not any other community, calling on the media to be circumspect in their reportage.
Let me urge you in the media and the general public to be cautious of misinformation regarding this issue. Verify your facts before you publish. I also entreat all to support the return of peace between the feuding parties of Lassia Tuolu and Kendew. And let me repeat this for emphasis' sake. The conflict is between 2 communities, Lassia Tuolu and Kendew. It is not a conflict between Brifos and Wallace. It is not a conflict between Brifos and Wallace. It is a special, unique conflict between these 2 communities. And I think that when we understand the nuances, we should be able to provide support to find lasting solution to this disturbing conflict.
Reporting for Joy News, Rafiq Salam.
Welcome back on the AM show. Like the reports detailed, there's a conflict going on that's resulted in 3 persons losing their lives in the West District following a renewed communal conflict over chieftaincy between 2 communities, that is the Kendew and Lassia Tuolu in the West District of the Upper West region. Now, I've been joined by a member of parliament for that area, Peter Lanchin Tobu, and he's also a member of the Defense and Interior Committee. Thank you for joining us. Mr. Please, do we have Lanchin Tobu online with us?
I'm live online,
great,
please. I'm
great,
live
great.
online.
Thank you for joining us. Good morning. And Baraka de Salah to you.
Thank you so much.
Great. So far, we know that 3 people have lost their lives. Some people have been injured and they are getting medical attention and so forth. But what more can you report on this incident?
Thank you very much. Let me say good morning to our cherished viewers. The incident that happened on the 15th of June 2024, a very unfortunate one, of course, has brought a challenge to the security sector within the region. And the response from the security sector has been so apt and timely. What happened, it was just a surprise. And the people of Lassia Tuolu, the people of Kendew, were security conscious enough to report the matter to the security agencies. And the security agencies, within the space of 30 minutes, had responded swiftly to save the situation from escalating. And since then, they've been on the ground. Yesterday, I toured the constituency and toured the conflict area with the regional commander of the Ghana Police Service and the armed forces that have been deployed to ensure peace and security within the conflict zone. And so far, so good. What has happened has happened. But what we are trying to prevent, we are trying the best that we can to de-escalate the conflict, and we are on course. So far, so good with the results that we've achieved.
All right. From the statements I read, from reading the articles on this issue, I understand that there was exchange of gunfire between the two factions. Do you have any sense of thought on where they're getting these arms from?
Thank you very much. We've been talking about illicit weapons in the system. Proliferation of small arms and light weapons is a challenge for the security sector in this country, and Wild West is not an exception. There are a lot of people in this country who wield guns that are not licensed for whatever reason. And when you have conflicts like this and people attempt to use guns that they've acquired illegally, it is impossible for you to track them. What we can only do is to prevent the escalation of the conflict. Yes, there are small arms and light weapons in this country that are illegally acquired, and Wild West is not an exception.
So how many people have been arrested? How many of them are in custody right now as we speak?
Well, that is strictly a police matter, but what I've been told by the police is that they've gotten about 4 people arrested, I think 2 from each side of the feuding divide. But so far, so good. This morning, I've not spoken to the police yet. I don't know whether they are still in custody or they've been released. But that is what the police know doing best, and I won't want to interfere with that. We'll allow them to do their work. Okay, and you also, in fact, you commended the security service for their swift response. What about the actual issue that caused this, violence? Any plans to try and mitigate or fix the actual situation that is causing all this violence? Well, the role of the security agencies is just to ensure that they create a conducive environment for peace to return. So whatever is happening now, we are trying as much as possible to ensure that we find a lasting solution to it in this peaceful environment that the police and the armed forces have created for us. We are consulting elders of the two communities. We are consulting the chiefs of the two communities. And we are talking about what really the issue is. It's about land ownership. Determining land ownership does not require the use of guns. Determining land ownership does not require violence. There is a process in determining who actually owns land in this country. And I think that when we get there, we'll cross the bridge. But there's a lot of work going on behind the scenes, and I'm very hopeful that very soon the relationship between Lassia Tuolu and Kendew will return to normalcy.
What about you as the Member of Parliament for Wild West? What are you doing about it so far?
Exactly the point I was making. I am facilitating behind the scenes to ensure that we use elders and very influential people within these two communities to facilitate a peace process, returning these two communities to normalcy.
So as we speak, there's calm in Wild West?
As we speak, there is calm in Wild West. There is calm in Wild West. There is no cause for alarm, but we are not taking anything for granted at all. We are trying to ensure that at least within a week or two, we should bring that part of this consistency to normalcy. All
right. Thank you so much, Peter Lanchin-Tobu. But is there anything else, any detail that we've left out that you'd like to add?
I only want to re-emphasize the fact that this is a conflict between two communities, an inter-community conflict. It is not a conflict between two tribes. So people who are probably trying to misunderstand what is happening in Wild West. The Wala people and the Brifo people are in a fantastic relationship. If you come to Wa, the regional capital, there are a lot of Brifos who are living here in peace. So what is happening between Kendew and Lassia is strictly a Kendew-Lassia issue, nothing to do with tribe. I'm grateful.
Okay, thank you so much. So this is not a tribal issue, it's just two communities feuding over land disputes, as you say.
Correct.
All right. Thank you so much, Peter Lanchin-Tobu, and he's Member of Parliament for Wa West and member of the Defence and Interior Committee. But there's still more coming your way on the AM show this holiday edition. I did say that it was a cocktail. Before I tell you what's coming up next, I want to wish happy birthday. This message is coming from Mr. Ekpe here from Joy News. Happy birthday to the headmistress of Feteman Senior High School, Eunice Mary Yeboah. May the Lord continue to order your steps as you celebrate your birthday today. This is from your friend, Richard Kojonyako here at Joy News. Thank you so much for staying with me. I'll be right back with more. So coming up next, Joy News embarks on a Safe Water series, and we'll take you to Paolugu in the Upper East region, where some residents depend on streams and dugouts for unclean water. That's what's next on our Belt of Conversation. I'll be right back.